This season I've been following the FA Cup since its opening weekend back in August, and on Saturday I'm all set to complete my challenge. But here's the recap from the 13 games I've been to so far. The journey started with United County's Premier League side Hucknall Town against Northern County's East League Bottisford Town, and it was Aris Cunha who scored the very first goal on my journey. And with the game tied at 2-2, Bottisford's Johnny Niantu got what turned out to be the winner and sent Bottisford into the preliminary round. That was an entertaining way to start my journey. I was at the Barrett Steel Stadium next for two Northern Counties East League sides, Bottisford Town and Winterton Rangers. And Bottisford were just too strong for their rivals, winning that tie 3-0 and setting up a first qualifying round tie against Loughborough Students. And Bottisford beat their Northern Premier League opponents 1-0 due to this bit of brilliance from Luke Aris. That put Bottisford Town into the second qualifying round of the FA Cup for the first time in their history. And they were drawn away to Southern League Premier Division Central side Bromsgrove Sporting, who are 2 leagues higher than them. And they missed a glorious chance to take a shock lead, before being punished a couple of minutes later. So for the first time on my journey, I wouldn't be watching Bottisford Town, and the FA Cup took me to Chelmsford for National League Southside Chelmsford City against Southern League Premier Division Central Bromsgrove Sporting. And Chelmsford dominated, and if it wasn't for Sporting keeper Charlie Price, this might have been a high score. Chelmsford were just way too strong for Bromsgrove in this one. That game was a lot more one-sided than the scoreline suggested, and Chelmsford were given potentially the toughest tie they could have got away to National League leaders Barnet. And as expected, Barnet were too strong. The first round took me down to Devon to Exeter St James Park, and this was an absolute thriller where Exeter City survived a real scare.
Calling for it, it's so neatly done. Into Brunt and into the net. The National Leaguers have not read the script here. From behind they now lead.
A Josh McGuinness hat-trick and a frantic finish to this one sent Exeter into round 2. It was League 1 against League 2 in round 2, and Exeter City were just too strong for Chesterfield and brushed them aside in a dominant display.
And headed in by Tristan Kramer. And just before half-time, Exeter finally take the lead.
Exeter City into round 3 then, and they were drawn at home once again, this time to Championship side Oxford United.
Footwork from Dembele. He can release Scarlett. It's a fine first-time ball to Phillips, and Oxford United lead.
And despite conceding early, Exeter City turned the tie around and sent themselves into round 4 for the first time since 1981.
Pick a man out, and he's picked a man out, and that man is Mitchell.
What a performance that was, and their reward was another home tie against Premier League Nottingham Forest.
Go on, go on, go on, hit it.
And Exeter City gave Nottingham Forest a huge scare before eventually going out after a penalty shootout.
Come on.
What a night that was in Devon, and for round 5 I was at Nottingham Forest City Ground as they took on Ipswich Town. After going behind, Nottingham Forest equalised through Ryan Yates and the game went to penalties again, where Matt Sells was the hero. Forest's reward was a trip to Brighton in the FA Cup quarter-finals, and after an uneventful game, we went to penalties once more. Matt Sells was the hero again, and then Ryan Yates sent Nottingham Forest to Wembley. So Nottingham Forest were in their first FA Cup semi-final since 1991, and their opponents were Manchester City. An early Rico Lewis goal put Manchester City in total control of the tie. Then Josko Gvardiol settled it and sent Manchester City to their third successive FA Cup final. This coming weekend I'll be completing my challenge as I'm going to the FA Cup final between Crystal Palace and Manchester City at Wembley. But who wins the FA Cup? Let me know in the comments and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss my matchday vlog. Thanks for watching and I'll see you at Wembley Stadium on Saturday.